Alright, so today I thought I would do something a little different, and this is mostly because I've seen a couple things in the comment section about certain things to do with Razor, because of course I post mostly Razor because that is the character that I main, and it seems like a lot of people are building him in a very weird way that I guess people just don't realize that it's hindering how much damage he actually does, because it seems like a lot of people think that damage is only tied to as much attack as you can possibly get. So I've basically put on it what I would simulate as what people think works. So these are the artifacts I'm currently have on. I put on all this stuff that's why I've got like a +3 and stuff like that on, because I haven't upgraded all the way, but people seem to think that attack and just as much attack as possible is what you want on artifacts, when that's not the case. On Razor specifically, you definitely want to have crit rate and crit damage a lot. If your crit damage, honestly, I would go for crit damage above 100%, and then I would probably crit rate, I mean, I would like to have 50% or more, but I know a lot of people can't get that unless you just spend a whole lot of time farming it, especially if you're under AR rank 45, that's like straight up impossible to get. So yeah, you just get whatever you want, but a lot of people are literally going for just as much attack as possible and disregarding crit rate or crit damage altogether. But yeah, right now I've literally just got, I didn't even look at the substats. I literally just put on whatever had attack. Every single thing on here has attack except for, of course, the first one because it's HP. But that one doesn't really matter. And then, of course, you got a Gladiator set 4, so you get attack plus 18%, and then an extra normal attack damage by 35%. Which, with this weapon at level rank 70, gives me 2100 attack. Which, at first glance, that sounds amazing. But I'm going to show you, we're going to go ahead and fight Dvalin, and I will show you how that compares to the previous videos I've done on beating Dvalin. Like, I've done a recent one. We beat him at the level 72 one, because that's the world rank that we're on, with my level 80 Razor, and I can easily one-phase him. But watch how many phases it takes when I use the exact same build or the exact same team, but focus on just attack and not crit rate or crit damage. Because as you can see here, I've got about 14% crit rate and then 60% crit damage, which is honestly it's pretty bad. But you'll see exactly why I'm saying that this is why you want to build him this way. Alright, so for this one, I actually did switch out Mona for Kaya because I wanted to use the exact same team I've used in the past to one-phase this at the same level, just so I can show better. But I was switching out Mona because I'm thinking about making a Mona DPS build. Just because when I see someone do something and I'm like, yo, I bet I could make that build, I have to do it. Especially with the new artifacts, that I want to test that out with Mona, see if that's any good. But yeah. Alright, let's get the health down a little bit. Then go around here. I am using prototype. We are using prototype Amethyst just because it is the easier one to do.
Everybody stand back.
I am doing 3000 max, really? I'm not doing the combos, like I'm not dashing afterwards because that's what we did with the other one. We got them to a little bit under, see, a little bit under half. Because in the last one, I was doing a challenge to see if I could just kill him in one phase without any dashes and just using Bennett and Razor. Now the next one, we're gonna redo this one more time because we did do one with Kaya and Bennett to get Superconduct, and we're going to see how much we can get him down by building it this way the second time. But for now, like, the last time we did Bennett and Razor by itself, but with the right crit rate and crit damage, he was already dead. And we've got almost half of health bar to get through this time. So that's already a huge deduction in damage, because I was averaging about 3,000. I don't think any of my crits got above like what, 6k, 7k. My crits last time was hitting into the 17,000s and a lot more consistent. But yeah, this one we're actually gonna use Zinyan, because that's what I used on the last one, to get that extra damage. Because if you don't know, if you do get Zinyan to that rank, that level, it does give you the extra attack. I'm doing this in the exact same way that I did the last one to do the last challenge. See, we didn't even finish that last phase, and I actually dashed on the last one, which I didn't do on the last time I did it. So that's already 3 phases to get the exact same damage that we could have done in one phase with the right crit rate and crit damage. Now we are going to use Kaya for the next one just to get that superconduct and see how well we can do. But honestly, I'm not expecting much. Now again, before we do this one, I want to make sure that people did hear when I'm not dashing during these attacks, I'm doing that for a reason. It's because the last one that I did with Dvalin was a challenge, so I wasn't dashing. So I'm going to do this one the exact same way I did the other one. Just to show, so that you can go back, see the other one, and then see how much of a difference it makes compared to this one. Now this one, I feel like with Kaya, we may be able to get a little bit more, or maybe less actually, because it does take a little bit more time to activate that way. So sometimes this way, it may make it a little slower actually. Alright. Sometimes this glitches and really gets annoying, but hopefully it doesn't do it this time. Alright, this time it didn't do it, thank goodness. I don't think it's doing any better than the last one. Oh no, we started doing a little bit lower. Okay, we did do a little bit more than the first one, but again, as you can see, it's still not really that close to one phasing. I mean, I guess if I dashed, I may have been able to do it, but it's just not the same amount of damage. But I think that's pretty much enough to see the difference between being able to one phase without even dashing to speed it up, and just straight up not being able, having to 3 phase almost for the exact same amount of time. But yeah, I just want to do a little demonstration for that one. I know this is a short video, but it was just one of those things I saw in the comments where it seemed like a consistent thing that would pop up in the comments whenever I do a Razor video, and people would think that that's like a thing. But yeah, 100% get your crit rate and your crit damage up. Don't focus on one thing. Don't try and get just maximum attack. Like if you're below AR rank 45, or if you're just getting extremely unlucky, you can make Razor really good with just the damage, as you can see I just did there. As long as you've got superconduct, I got the double fire resonance. But yeah, if you want the best Razor build, do not go for just attack. But yeah, trying to not make this video too long. So yeah, hope this helps you out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.